introduction before we start the
workshop.
Which is also very random. So our name is Follow. It means feed our loved ones. Feed our loved ones. Okay, so that's why it's called Follow. The reason why it's called Feed Our Loved Ones is because we are 6 families who started this. 6 families. And we are, except for one Singaporean, we are all Johor Bahru people. And we came back from overseas, so I was in Singapore and US. Adrian was in the US and Australia. So I also started in Australia. Jackie was in Australia and Singapore. So our families came back together and came back to JB, like our homes, and we decided to start a farm. And the reason why we started a farm is because we realized a few things. Three problems in JB. The one is
you all take anything, you all take now, listen go back and then come back and ask again.
So three problems that we see. One is that environmentally there's a problem in JB. I don't know if you all realize people are throwing rubbish everywhere. You all saw those big metal trucks take rubbish always going down, right? So it's dumping everywhere. There's one right here, dumping illegally and all that. So and a lot of our food is wasted, right?
Why are you dumping food in the streets illegally?
So we already know who the cheeky classmate is. That's why. Okay, so there's one big problem is that we are wasting our food. So in Europe, in Germany, almost 80% of the food waste is recycled. But in Malaysia, 99% is thrown away. And it's causing a lot of problems, both in the city and in the urban environment. So, and one problem is that. Second problem we saw is our health. So the reason why we call ourselves Feed Our Loved Ones is because some of our family members are not well. So I don't know who directly knows someone with a disease like cancer, kidney disease, autoimmune disorder. Anybody who directly knows? Anybody? Family members, friends? So it's getting more and more. So our 6 families, we have people with young, 20 over years old kidney disease, cancer at 30. So there are a few. So one of our families, one of them is a doctor, my class, my childhood friend. So we were saying that the only way that we can work towards better health in JB is we grow our own food, right? We know where the food comes from. Now we don't know where the food comes from, right? It doesn't come from Jasco, right? The food. Also, we must also create an environment where it's healthier. So, our bodies are always exercising in the environment, and we have lesser and lesser trees, lesser and lesser parks. So we want to create a farm, an urban farm where people can come and they can exercise their immune systems. And all of you are exercising your immune systems now because you're in a natural environment, you're interacting with all the good bacteria and all that in the forest and in the farm. Right? So health is the second reason. And the third reason is actually a bit of social justice. So you all are doing CSR. We are very happy and thankful that you all are here on the social project, even though sometimes it's forced on you. But still there's a social aspect, which is our farmers. Who knows your farmer? Great, nobody knows who your farmer is, right? Who knows who farms your vegetables? Nobody, right? So the whole idea is that the reason why, so you don't even eat vegetables.
Daily fresh.
Sorry?
Daily fresh.
Or daily fresh.
But do you know who the farmer is? You know where it's it's like, oh, you're Daily Fresh, right? So, are you related to, was it Stella? No. Okay. I think one of our members are from Daily Fresh. Can't remember. But anyway, so apart from the Daily Fresh family, not many people know our farmers. And because we don't know our farmers, we don't know what's happening to them. So, for example, Indonesians, most of 99.9% of our vegetables are grown by Indonesians. Yes, there's Chinese but then there's mostly Indonesian. Indonesians also build most of our houses, right? But the conditions that they are in are not like farmers in Taiwan, and New Zealand, and Europe. Okay, most of them don't have proper place to stay, don't have proper pay, no leave, no medical, no MC, no such thing, right? If they don't grow vegetables, they got no money. So, and a lot of them are illegal. So a lot of our Chinese farmers are also very problematic because they don't have enough money to buy land. So they rent land, and then after 2 years later, they make the land so fertile with organic fertilizer, and then the owners sell the land because now JB, everybody's selling the land to build houses and all that. So our farmers are actually in farming. The farming profession is like our teaching profession it has gone from a level where it's very well respected in the 60s and 70s to like, we don't even know who they are. Whereas those days, in the early days, everybody knows who their farmer is. Your grandfather knew who their farmer is. Sometimes they found their own food. They are their own farmer. And because you know them and you have an emotional connection with them, their respect goes up. Right? And they used to be paid relatively well compared to other people. So now we forgot who our farmer is, and what we're trying to do is we're trying to bring that awareness back. So we want to wake people up. All of us are asleep, right? Eating stuff, looking at our phones once in a while. We don't know we are asleep, but we need to sort of wake up. Who is our farmer? Where does our food come from? Why is there so many people getting allergies and autoimmune disorders and cancers? Right? Why is this happening? Just because we don't see our rubbish where it goes, doesn't mean the problem goes away. Right? So if you go to Ceylon, if you go to a few places like this, you'll see where our rubbish goes. And every day is 15 to 20,000 tons of rubbish is thrown away. And all this can be turned into organic fertilizer that we all eat, including some of our Sunday teachers. Yeah. So there are three reasons why we're doing this. Okay, we're not doing this. We have been around for 2 years. We're not doing this to become billionaires. All of us had very good jobs in Singapore and all that. We're all professionals. But we are doing this first and foremost for our loved ones, but also for these three reasons. So that's what Follow is about. If you go to our website, www.followfarms.com, there are some cards there on the table, you can take that later. Our Facebook is Feed Our Loved Ones, one word, FEEDOWRLOVED, love, past tense, ones, Feed Our Loved Ones. You can see some of the stuff that we're doing. We are very young. We really are community driven, so we are all about community. So most of us are volunteers on the farm. Every week, Wendy over there is also a volunteer. We harvest our vegetables, and every week the families come and they collect one box of vegetables. So we call it, in the US it's called community supported agriculture. So we come together and we support the farmer. And then every week we bring our family to the farm. We understand what are the problems of the farm, what are the challenges, how our food is grown, and we meet one another and we come to the community and we support the farmer and we volunteer for the farmer. So that's the idea. So the way we work is it's on a weekly basis. We don't sell our vegetables to Justco, because another problem with farmers is all these middlemen, they buy from the farmer and they press their prices, they give them very cheap, they sometimes don't even pay them properly, and all that kind of stuff. So we cut away all the middlemen, straight to the farmer. And that's why we can create more value and we can pay our workers better, we can pay the farmer better, and we know the farmer, and the farmers are less lonely. Now if you go to see all the farmers, very lonely. Every day facing the vegetable, 你不长我就没有钱，不长我就没有钱。Then 它不长，一生病就是 pesticide. And this type of weather, they spray pesticides 3 to 4 times a week. And these pesticides, you see the workers are all sick. And these pesticides, the soil is all sick. All very bad and very bad. So it's not because they love to spray pesticide. They have no choice. So what we're doing is we do a system called community supported agriculture. So every week, later on after the class, you will see there will be families, our friends, our family coming here, and they'll be collecting their vegetables downstairs. And you can go and see when you do your recce trip to England. So that's the gist of what we do.